Hello everyone! In this video I will be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Shahbaz Gill to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let us go through the key developments and insights in Shahbaz Gill's words. Exactly 5 hours earlier, at 2:30 in the morning Iran time, the United States attacked Iran. The attack was carried out using the world's largest and heaviest bomb. Not just one, but several bombs were dropped on Iran's 3 nuclear sites, including Fordow, which we had detailed for you earlier. We had also mentioned that a single bomb was prepared specifically for that site, and we were watching to see how much damage it could cause, because no one was sure if the bomb could effectively destroy the site. But now the bomb has been dropped there. President Trump had said they would take 2 weeks. After meeting with the Field Marshal, he immediately released the schedule for the war and said they would decide to attack within 2 weeks. On that same day, we informed you that the war schedule had now been announced and an attack could happen any time. Although President Trump said they would decide within 2 weeks, it was clear the plan was already in place. Perhaps they had delayed their decision in coordination with the Pakistani government and regime. And once negotiations were completed, the schedule was officially announced. Now we can say that practically, the war between Iran and the United States has begun. Now we will see if Iran can respond and how much response it can give. But the war between Israel and Iran was already ongoing, and now America has officially entered the conflict. They deployed the GBU-57, yes, the world's heaviest bomb, also called the Massive Ordnance Penetrator or Bunker Buster, and dropped multiple bombs. We told you yesterday in a vlog that only the B-2 stealth bombers can drop this bomb. In our previous vlog, we also informed you that 2 or 3 B-2 bombers had taken off from the United States Air Force Base at Missouri and were headed eastward. We reported that yesterday. At that time, we also explained how the bomb could be used, as refueling would also be necessary. We also informed you that refueling aircraft flew along with them. First, let us detail where the attacks happened and the extent of the damage. Then we will share what President Trump said in a speech to his nation. After that, we will talk about the significant voices inside the United States opposing the war. They say President Trump started this war without approval from Congress. What will happen next? Oil prices have already skyrocketed. Alongside that, the geopolitical situation is changing. What role will China and Russia play? Are we heading towards World War III? We will lay out the entire scenario for you. Initially, when the attack happened, it was the 21st of June in the United States, but already the 22nd of June in Iran, and the time was 2:30 in the morning when the United States B-2 stealth bombers dropped the GBU-57 bomb on Fordow, the nuclear site deep inside the mountains, which we had explained to you in great detail. Along with Fordow, they attacked Natanz and Isfahan, the 3 nuclear sites where Iran was enriching uranium and allegedly producing material for atomic bombs. The largest and heaviest atomic bomb in the world was dropped on these sites. In terms of weight, this bomb is as heavy as several buses. 1 B-2 bomber stealth plane can carry 2 bombs. Some media reports say 6 B-2 bombers were used. More information reveals that Iranian officials confirmed the attack, stating that indeed their sites were hit at 2:30 in the morning. There was damage but no loss of life. After this confirmation from Iran, it is clear that the attack was carried out effectively and bombs were dropped right on target. Now, because the GBU-57 is the world's largest and heaviest bomb, also called the Massive Ordnance Penetrator, we had told you about it before. The devastation it could cause was expected. Some videos have surfaced, though their authenticity is uncertain, but those shared by credible sources show the bomb behaves like an atomic bomb, creating a fireball in the sky. The destruction below is massive, resembling the atomic bomb explosions depicted in documentaries about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The blast created a fireball as described, and from the destruction and fire seen, you can understand the extent of damage to the area. The numbers I'm about to share do not include the Iranian version. The International Atomic Energy Agency has stated that Iran had 83.7% enriched uranium, which is very close to weapons-grade material. They also said there were around 6,000 centrifuges enriching uranium at Fordow. At Natanz, there were over 10,000 centrifuges, and at Isfahan, there was large-scale storage of enriched uranium. The stockpile Iran had, again I repeat these numbers may vary, is based on claims from the United States, Israel and the International Atomic Energy Agency. They estimate Iran had 5,500 kilograms of enriched uranium at 60% purity. and based on that, Iran could have quickly produced a bomb within weeks. They also claimed that Iran had materials that could be converted into bombs in just a few days. Not everyone agrees with these claims, but Western agencies assert that Iran was close to developing a bomb. Another fear was Iran's Shahab-3 missile, capable of hitting targets up to 2,000 kilometers away, along with supersonic missiles that are almost impossible to intercept. These missiles could target United States bases, naval vessels, and especially Israel. This was the pretext for the attack, similar to the pretext used in the Iraq War, when weapons of mass destruction were cited, which later turned out to be false. That led to the Iraq invasion, destruction, and millions of deaths. Later, many apologized for those claims. Here, too, the attack was launched under similar pretexts, and voices have risen even in the United States opposing the war. For more details, these three sites had Russian-made S-300 air defense systems deployed. You might have heard about the S-400, which India owns and used in its conflict with Pakistan. It was also reported that Pakistan destroyed one unit of the S-300. Despite these air defenses, Israel reportedly destroyed Iran's S-300 system about a week before the attack. Thus, the air defense was not strong enough to stop the stealth B-2 bombers or retaliate. Recall that 3 or 4 days ago, news came from Israel, then the United States, stating that Iran's airspace is now under their control, meaning they can freely enter and exit, having neutralized Iran's air defense system. These attacks were expected, so presumably no one was present at these sites, or if anyone was, they were deep underground, which is why Iran says no lives were lost. Damage assessments are ongoing. One important point is that both Iran and international agencies, including the International Atomic Energy Agency, say no nuclear material was released. The release would have occurred if the nuclear facilities had been directly hit. From Iran's perspective, the structures might have been damaged, but their deep underground placement likely prevented a nuclear leak. It is not possible that the uranium just remained silent, that this is an American bomb, so I will not reveal anything about the nuclear program anymore. If both sides are saying this, if only the International Atomic Energy Agency, the agency, is saying this, then we would say they are downplaying it. But if Iran itself is saying the same thing, it means their real facilities or uranium work will now be delayed. And the International Atomic Agency is also saying the same thing. Their work could not be completed yet. It will just be delayed. So it is clear that nuclear development has not spread from there, and it is also clear that the facility at Fordow is so deep underground that the GBU-57 bomb, which we had told you about in a previous vlog, might not even reach it. Now, let me give you some more information. We already told you their S-300 air defense system had been neutralized or destroyed before. We also told you that about 6 B-2 stealth bombers were used in this operation. Alongside that, the situation inside the Gulf, oil is about 12% now. Maybe by the time we finish talking, it might go up to 15 or 20%. But before our vlog, it was at 12%. The price of oil has already risen. This oil does not only come from Iran, and the price is not rising just because of Iranian oil. There are already many sanctions on Iranian oil, so they cannot supply much. The real reason the price is going up is because the oil passing through the sea from Iran will now be restricted, slowed, or possibly stopped due to this war. The whole region could be dragged into the war. Considering these risks, oil prices have jumped by about 12%. That is a major sudden increase. And I said the price could go even higher if the conflict escalates. Earlier, oil prices were about 60 per barrel just 2 or 3 weeks ago. Now they are above 95 per barrel, and they could go even higher. This will impact the entire global business and economy. In the United States, some prominent voices have started criticizing this, including Bernie Sanders, who has also been a United States presidential candidate, and Hillary Clinton, who once ran for president but was denied the ticket. Both are strong candidates and well-liked because they oppose wars. Bernie Sanders was speaking at an event in Oklahoma City when he was informed about the attacks. President Trump had posted a statement on his social media website claiming they conducted 3 attacks effectively and successfully. He said they have now given Iran a chance to negotiate, but if Iran refuses, they will carry out more devastating attacks that will destroy Iran. So now Iran either has the chance to make a deal and choose peace after these attacks, because President Trump claims they have completely destroyed Iran's nuclear facilities. Then Trump tweeted he would address the nation at 10 in the evening to explain everything. A little while ago, he addressed the nation, repeating what he had written in the tweet. that they had attacked 3 sites effectively and destroyed Iran's nuclear sites, something no other military could do. He wants Iran to sit down, negotiate and make a deal, and said the United States is ready to negotiate. Now we wait to see how Iran responds, whether Iran escalates the conflict further or not. The United States and Israel have already launched many unprovoked attacks, so how Iran responds remains to be seen. Bernie Sanders criticized that President Trump cannot go to war without congressional approval and questioned why he started this war. Sanders said America does not need more war and more loss of life, and everything must be stopped peacefully. That is the current situation inside the United States. Meanwhile, America has deployed 2 of its large naval fleets to the region, including the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Group, which is now moving in the Persian Gulf. Also, there are reports that more B-2 bombers have been dispatched to the region toward the Gulf. What happens next will become clear in the coming days. But right now, America has officially attacked Iran using B-2 bombers and GBU-57 bombs, the heaviest and most dangerous bombs in the world, on 3 Iranian nuclear sites. The United States claims to have completely destroyed them. But from Iran's response, it does not seem like they have been completely destroyed. Now let us briefly talk about Pakistan's position in this. If you look at these 3 nuclear sites on a map, the closest border is Iraq's. The airspace belongs to Iraq, and then there is Turkey too, but they would not allow their airspace. So the options for the United States are either Iraq's airspace or Pakistan's, which is about 1,200 kilometers away, whereas Iraq's is about 800 kilometers. So naturally, the preferred airspace would be Iraq's. In the coming days, it will become clear whose airspace was actually used. I keep saying this to avoid accusations without proof. I am not claiming Pakistan's airspace was used. I am just presenting the distances. Iraq's airspace is about 700 to 850 kilometers away, while Pakistan's airspace is about 1,100 to 1,200 kilometers away. Naturally, the logical airspace to pass through would be Iraq's. If the bombers came from Israel or the West, they would fly over Jordan, then Iraq, and then Iran. Keep in mind, Iraq is not a small country. Pakistan's total area is about 350,000 square miles approximately, while Iran's is about 650,000 square miles, roughly double Pakistan's size. Iran's population is about 80 to 90 million, while Pakistan's is about 250 to 280 million. So Iran has large, sparsely populated areas where nobody might know about secret nuclear facilities, as happened with their Fordow nuclear facility, which was a secret for a long time until the West found out. So, if Iran knew about the bombers coming from the West, and we already told you B-2 bombers had flown from the West, Iran likely moved the uranium away. This is just my analysis, I cannot be sure. I do not have proof, but logically, uranium would have been moved. Iran may have other secret facilities too, so I do not think what President Trump said is entirely accurate. He probably acted under severe pressure from Israel and others to conduct the attack, because logically it is unclear what they gained from it. Anyway, clouds of war are hovering over the Gulf more than ever before. Before going further, let us talk about Pakistan's wisdom. We should salute our people, especially our generals, who often do not consult others and think they are the smartest. Think about when the Iran-India-Pakistan conflict happened. The Iran-Israel conflict was not so intense back then. If we talk about the Nobel Peace Prize, Pakistan did not get it on anyone's request. Pakistanis tried, but it is not because the government demanded it. Now, the current situation is that war is already ongoing with Iran, which is our neighboring country. When you know that at any time President Trump can decide to attack Iran, and a day before that you nominated Iran for the Nobel Peace Prize, you have made a fool of yourself. You could have stayed silent and looked after your country's interests. India did not stay silent, though they have closer ties to the United States than we do. But we always make foolish mistakes and smear our own face with mud through such actions. And now look, this war has started properly. How will our field marshals and others answer the nation when people ask how we could nominate a neighboring Islamic brother country for the Nobel Peace Prize and then let it be attacked? If there is no sense, it is just nonsense. That wraps up our translation of Shahbaz Gill's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share, and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Do not forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.